First off, congratulations to Boston College. You did a good job tonight. You obviously came in and did the things they needed to do to win the game. For us, I just sick to how the season started. Obviously tonight, I failed in preparing the team to be able to go out and respond tonight, and and just the things that were necessary for us, the things we talked about, things we emphasized. Obviously, in all phases, we're not able to execute. I obviously didn't put them in a position to showcase what I believe that this football team is, and it's extremely disappointing. And I apologize to our fans, apologize to everybody associated with the program. I mean, that was extremely disappointing that we're not better. And obviously we couldn't get a lot of factors go into it. Like I said, all phases. We just weren't good. I mean, they had possession the entire first quarter. We went 3 and out. I think our first 3 drives offensively. They capitalized on third downs. Our third down execution was extremely poor. They ran the ball. We didn't, and we missed. Had some missed opportunities. Had some chances in the game to be able to be able to take a step, and we made mistakes that were obviously extremely costly, and they capitalized on it. But it comes down to me, and it comes down to me being able to prepare this team to go out there and play to the capabilities that I believe that they have. And you got a football team that's hurting, and you got a football team that nobody envisions being ever being where we are, and having disappointment, having failure, but it's I do believe in what this team can do, and I believe in what this team can accomplish. I've got to get better. I've got to prepare them better, and obviously we've got to do everything in our power to be able to apply the things that we're emphasizing throughout the course of the week, through the course of a game. And we need leaders to rise up. We need to continue to push, in all areas of what we're doing, and we got to do it together. And there's going to be, I know there's going to be plenty of negativity around this program. I understand that. Right? When you perform the way we just did, that's all part of it. But for a football team, you got to stay together, and you got to make sure that you're there for each other. We've been knocked down, and we know how to get up, but we've got to go do that. And it's one thing to talk about it; it's another thing to put it into action, and then to be able to perform in the moment, throughout the course of the game. But I do believe in this team, and I believe in what we can do, and I believe in how we can respond. But obviously there's a lot of work to be done, because that does not look like Florida State football with what we just did. And once again, it's all on me.
First question will be Ira for on your right.
Going back to the spring and really all season, it seemed like you guys felt like this was a team that would really be able to run the football, and then you haven't really run it well, and then tonight you kind of had to abandon it. What do you think's gone wrong there?
Obviously tonight, we went into it a little bit more, run pass, trying to get ourselves in the right numbers, miss some opportunities there in the passing game. We got to win one-on-ones. Obviously, much different factors kind of tie into that. But when it comes to the run game, there's it takes everybody, and we've got to be able to create space. We've got to be able to be on track. We got to make sure that we're taking advantage of all positions. Doing their part. If people are stacking the box, people are squeezing the box. We got to be able to take advantage of it out on the perimeter. Had a plan to try to be able to take what they were giving us, and obviously we did not do a good enough job in putting our guys in a position to achieve success in that regards. And there's some things that we just got to be better in our execution, but we've got to find ways to be able to have success in the ground. And for 2 games, we definitely have not been able to achieve that to the level that I was expecting. And once again, that's I've got to put guys in a better position in what we're doing. They're offensively in the run game to be able to create angles, to create space, to let our guys have a chance to be able to sustain and excel there on the ground.
We'll stay on that road for Jordan.
Coach, with the passing game struggling early on, did you ever consider making a quarterback change and coming out of a bye? Will you have some sort of open competition, or are you going to stick with DJ from here on out?
No, I mean, obviously we were struggling offensively, and there's a lot of reasons, for that. Obviously everything that we're doing, we got to push and get better, and that's what we're gonna focus on doing. We're gonna focus on pushing to get better, and we're gonna put our guys in the best position to go achieve success, and that's what we're gonna focus on.
Next will be Andrew, front row.
Mike, I know this is a new season, but since what happened with the playoff, you guys have really struggled. How much do you feel like what happened last season has maybe rubbed off and or affected this team?
No, I mean, it's obviously this team is this team, and I know these guys work hard in the off season. You push, you try to prepare, for to go out there and to try to put your best foot forward, to play the best football that you can play, and unfortunately we haven't done that. And I think that when that occurs, obviously we have high expectations here. I mean, and there's always going to be, and there needs to be. And but when things don't go how you want them to go, we had a disappointing outcome in our first game, and obviously today that it was all the things that can go wrong basically did. And that's, I don't know if that's a carryover from any part of it other than starting to press, starting to try to do too much, trying to where you want it so bad, but there's times where you can get to where you almost abandon the training that you've had, because you just start pressing and trying to do almost too much. And I think that's something that as a football team we've got to be able to collect ourselves. We've got to go and continue to evaluate what is best, and then we've got to build upon the things that we can do right now and go and get better from them. It's like I said, I believe in the team. I believe in these guys, and I do believe in what they can accomplish. But obviously we're not putting that on display right now, and definitely did not do that tonight. I wholeheartedly believe that we would come out and play better, and but there were definitely enough mistakes that that we made that kept us from that there in the first half. And then obviously I thought there were some things that in the second half where we started to press and just obviously did not play very well.
Stay there for Matt.
Hey, Mike, what didn't click with the pass game, especially early?
Well, there's not much that did click. So we struggled to win one-on-ones early. We had some times where we were giving up, getting pressure. There are times that we missed a throw or missed an opportunity for a catch. Trying to get some things to find a rhythm offensively, and we weren't able to do that very well. I thought we did get into that a little bit later as we were rolling. Had a couple of explosive plays that showed up, and it just, we've got to be able to start fast. We got to be able to go out there and and compete, and to be able to win our one-on-ones, to be able to execute, going through progressions. We got to be able to protect, and then obviously we got to have balance in the run game. I think all that plays off of each other. Some of the things we were doing were run pass options, and they playing hard, stacking the box in the run, and you got to capitalize, on the perimeter. And when they're doing that, you're gonna find one-on-one situations, and we found some. But obviously we did not do a good enough job of being able to execute in some of those situations. And like I said, that goes to, right, am I putting them in the best position or in what we're doing, and then obviously in the things we're asking them to do, being able to go out there and to be able to make it happen.
The second straight week where an opposing offense had a good bit of success on the ground, a little different this time. It felt like a little more up the middle, direct. I guess what I know there were a lot of people inside and outside the building that were confident in that defensive line and what they could accomplish. I guess were the problems the same today? And what are you seeing that's not clicking with that group through 2 games?
I'll have to go back and watch the film on it. They, obviously it was our guys being on the field for as long as they were. It was I think that definitely played a factor of it. Especially late. Some of the explosive runs that showed up, but. It's not just the defensive line. Linebackers, safeties, everybody, especially when you get into condensed sets. I mean, you're going to find condensed sets and balanced sets. Everybody's got a role to fill, and we got to be aggressive in our fits. We got to make sure that we're keeping our eyes up. We got to run through tackles. If you give athletic players, and I mean, obviously they got a couple athletic backs, athletic quarterback. If you give them space, they're gonna make it happen. Obviously we had a couple just complete bust on the back out of the backfield that gave up two explosive plays. Would have another one, but they dropped it. But I mean, that was extremely disappointing. Something that we obviously work a lot, but in the moment were not able to execute. And when you sit there and you go through, I mean, I thought early, they were trying to run the football between the tackles, and it was 3, 4, whatever that might have been. But when you get the third down conversions, you get into longer drives. Your things are sustained. In that when you, obviously on the field as much as our guys were on the field, it gets challenging. And obviously some of those explosive runs showed up late, and really hurt us.
Going into the season as a team that you talked about working very hard and having a lot of athleticism and raw skills. Do you have a sense of what the disconnect is to where those aspects aren't translating over to results that you guys want on the field on Saturdays?
Well, I mean, obviously that's going to be something that we got to continue to evaluate. I mean, I didn't, like I said, I believe in this team, but it didn't show who I believe we are didn't show up tonight, and that's on me. And that's I apologize to everyone, just that's not good enough. And for what we saw, obviously there is obviously a disconnect in how we were able to perform tonight and what we did. So I've got to be better. This football team has to continue to push to be better. I can tell you it's not from a lack of work, and not from a lack of work from coaches, players, I mean everybody involved, but we got to, for that identity that I know that we have, we got to be able to put on display, and it's in the moment to translate practice to the game, and when you're playing athletic people, sometimes bad things will happen. Sometimes you'll get beat on a play. You can't allow one to turn into 2 and then turn into 5 and then just to let things spiral and go downhill. And that's where I do think that our leadership. And the guys that have been here and the guys that have poured through, the guys that have been through, so much. I mean, it's standing up, sticking together, and just making the choice to continue to push to do more. And I know that's what I'm going to do, and I know that's what we're going to do as a coaching staff for these guys. And we're going to put them in the best position to go get better. And at the end of the day, nobody wanted to sit here 0-2, and I sure as hell didn't want to look like we'd look tonight, because it was not very good. But at the end of the day, we have an opportunity to get better, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what we can control. And I still believe in this football team and what we can accomplish.
You guys lost a lot of talent and leadership from last year's team, but you were quite aggressive in evaluating and plugging those holes and going to the transfer portal. is it too soon to say some of those evaluations might have been off? And was there a risk of it looking like this with how quickly you had to replenish the roster?
Well, I mean, obviously, I've not done a good enough job of putting our guys in a position to showcase what I believe that they are. So I'll be better.
What attributes of the running game are you looking to improve the most?
Say it again.
What attributes of the running game are you looking to improve the most?
Once again, it's a lot of different factors when you go running game. I mean, we all have a job. We got to create space. We got to make sure that at all three levels we're taking we are taking what they're giving us. If we can't let somebody put 7, 8 people in the boxes in different sets, we got to be able to take advantage of space on the perimeter. But on the flip side of it, we got to do a good job when we get opportunities of being able to give the backs a track to run. We got to be in position where we're supposed to be, and then when you're always going to have a one-on-one at some point, and we got to win those one-on-ones. And whether it's in the run game, whether it's in the passing game, but we have to build upon that, and we got to be able to establish part of that run game. As we get into this next week, and obviously the next opponent, it's got to be something that we get established, and we can build an identity of who we are up front.
On the fourth down, on the first drive of the second half, I guess maybe go into the thinking of going for it there, and was DJ just trying to make a play because he was feeling pressure? What was the breakdown on the play?
That was right. I mean, it was right at the brink of analytically thought to go. We've had success in some of those fourth down situations. Obviously, we got a little bit. They got a little bit of pressure. Obviously tried to force a ball. Came out poorly, and obviously was a big play in the game. And in those situations, you try to play to put your guys in position to go achieve success. We knew we're trying to spark some momentum, trying to spark an opportunity. But obviously it was a bad decision in that regards, especially carrying the with the result of the play, turning the ball over and giving them a short field. But definitely it's something that was thought through. Felt in all aspects of what we needed analytically, what I thought would occur on the play. Was confident in it, but definitely was not the result.
We'll go 2 more. We'll ask them on the front right.
Hey, Coach. Just with the bye week coming up, you mentioned this team pressing and kind of wanting it so much. How important is kind of instilling their confidence, getting that back over this 2-week period, heading into this next game?
Yeah, I mean we've got to build upon the things that I know we can do, and we've got to build upon just showcasing our identity and what we're about. And we're gonna have to work. Obviously we have we've got a few days here this week, opportunities to go out and work to be better. We've got obviously Memphis coming into town. That's a very talented team, and right now it really doesn't matter who we play. And we've got to continue to work on ourselves. We've got to continue to continue to push, continue to build that confidence through the work, and then to be able to execute in the moment. I mean, that's the and like I said, coaches, players, everybody involved, is that you only get so limited of opportunities, and when you get there to game day, I mean, you've got to be able to go perform, and you got to be your best, and that confidence. It's something that you gotta earn, and we work to build it through practice. We work to build it through competition and what we try to do. But when you get out there on the field, I mean, that's where say you got to trust your training. You got to be able to put that on display, and it's the same thing for coaches. And as you're going through game plans, you have a sense of what you believe your guys are that's going to put them in the best position. there's times that you gotta adapt, adjust, throughout the course, but also got to make sure you stay true to who you are and not press as a coach too. And I think that there's times that that we've done that as well. And ultimately, I mean, it's my job to go get it better. And we're gonna continue to build these guys up, and allow them to go build confidence through the work they're doing on the field.
Coach, piggybacking off that confidence thing, with the third down struggles today, do you think that's an area, if a couple of those 3-and-outs go your way in the first quarter, you could see more confidence put in your offense? And is that something you guys are going to look to do, moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a big point of emphasis for us. It's something that I believe that would be a strength of ours in how we would operate in third downs. And unfortunately, we've not operated as well as what I believe that we could. And obviously it's in both. It's offensively, defensively, and we got to get off the field on third downs. Defensively, we got to make sure that for the guys, whether it's in the passing game, being able to create the pass rush, being able to be tight to receivers, got to make sure that we're great. I mean, obviously their quarterback made a couple nice plays with his legs to extend drives, and for us offensively, we got to make sure that that our playmakers in those moments are rise up and be able to keep possession of the ball, allow us to get into a rhythm, and that's one of the things that's hard when you're not being successful on third downs and you're not achieving the explosive plays, within those drives, it's just hard to get in a rhythm. And we had the one drive in the first first quarter, with the 3-and-out, and then you get out there, and whether it's a slight mistake within that next set of plays, missed opportunity, and then you sit there and you find yourself, you've had limited possessions and limited plays, as you get through the entire half. So obviously we got to make sure we put our guys in a great position, and obviously we got to be able to have success on third downs.
All right, last one. We'll go back to Ira on your right.
DJ, missed some throws, but there were some other breakdowns also, some drop passes, some pass protection breakdowns, things like that. But when the students are kind of making chants that are not supportive of him, how did he handle all that? Like, how was he when you talked to him between possessions? Is the pressure part of what's going on?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the game. I mean, and at the end of the day, I mean, there's, everybody's gonna have an opinion on what it is, and obviously, it's playing quarterback, being the head coach, being a part of a great university, great program with high expectations. I mean, it's our job to go and to play to a high level. And there's times that it's, you might hear things that you don't want to hear. You might have to go through hard and challenging situations, and those are all, it's all part of it. But I think DJ, he's mature. He's obviously been through a lot. I think that he was very encouraging there on the sideline with his teammates. Very encouraging there in the huddle as we were going, just trying to push to go make the next play. And that's what you have to be able to live within. When you play this game, is you can, the world can be against you, but if you be able to go out and execute just and control that next play, you'll be able to work yourself through it. And but I thought he was fine on the sideline. He was able to respond there a little bit in that third quarter, and you'll have a couple explosive plays. I thought him, Kitron, they were able to hit some good plays. But obviously it's not enough for us tonight, and we'll continue to work and go get better as an entire team.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.